It's E3 2016. Zorine, you and I got to see a pretty cool gameplay walkthrough of Call of Duty Infinite Warfare.
That's right. It is a brand new, never seen before section of gameplay that we were treated to. Now, we can't actually show you guys what we saw ourselves, but we can give you an awesome blow-by-blow description of all the cool things that we noticed in it.
What'd you think?
Well, I was blown away.
Yeah.
It escalates. It goes straight into it. You're in the streets and explosions start happening. You're under attack and everything just goes to hell straight away.
Yeah.
Like, the streets are covered in smoke, the citizens are screaming, and you have a robot companion with you to help get you through the situation.
Yeah, I think
it was really cool.
It was really cool. I think his name was Ethan. You see a little bit of it in the E3 press conference of him. You kind of like tag team with this companion robot.
Right.
Who,
I mean, companion's not really the right word. Like, he's like one of your squad. He's a soldier, you know. And he's like picking up the citizens and yelling at them like, get to safety or get off the streets, you know? I thought that was really cool.
It was, yeah, like this time around it's finally nice to see like an AI companion, I guess, or whatever, who's friendly, who seems like a very like fun character. He seems genuine too. He's picking people up, he's like, get back to safety, you know?
But things get really, really heated from there. Like, ships come blasting into the streets, they land, and of course, you know, the fighting starts.
Yeah.
So there are other robots that you fight against as well, and you start pulling out like all these cool weapons that we've never seen before. One which I thought was really cool was like this mine that had like legs on it, kind of like a spider.
Spider drone-ish thing. Yeah.
And like the character would put him, like Reyes would put him on the ground, and then the spider would just run off and kind of latch onto the back of an enemy's neck and blow up there.
And then it just incinerate the enemy.
Yeah.
It was really terrifying because you hear him screaming right before super fun to watch,
If spiders weren't scary enough for you, then these mines would be your worst nightmare.
That'll do it.
The other really cool gun that I saw was kind of like it looked like a scatter kind of shotgun.
Oh, so cool.
And it had like these points, so you'd see like multiple like I guess reticulate, like the points of where you shoot, right?
Yeah, it was almost like a red dot scope attachment, and it had the scattered pellets, so to speak.
Yes.
And yeah, it was really cool what it did.
And they would center in on an enemy that you were targeting after a few seconds. So like it would just be like immediately like you swing over and the pellets kind of like realign to the enemy and you shoot. And I thought that was a really interesting weapon.
Right. I want to see more of that. Yeah, it would almost like the pellets would pinpoint on limbs even. It was really cool looking.
I mean, the weapons are the highlight of the Call of Duty series. It's always great to see what kind of new stuff that they come up with, especially since we're going like into the future. Speaking of which, this fight goes straight into a jet and then it just shoots up through the atmosphere and you fly right into space.
Yeah.
I thought if like every game had a pivotal moment that identified or like what it was, that was that moment for me.
Absolutely. And it was symbolic of the series, right? Like we're doing it. We're off planet. We're exploring the solar system. Yeah,
we're punching out of the atmosphere, and that demo, it ended on like another spaceship exploding.
Yeah.
It was crazy. Like, you know, you were like in a jet, whatever you want to call it, a ship, and just shooting like everything else, and it was just like, wow, this is. It still felt really Call of Duty to me, but it was just like in a different place, like that I've never seen before.
Yeah, extremely cinematic. It was really fun to watch, and I can only imagine you'll have a similar experience playing it. Another thing that I think to take away, and I was watching the trailer and it's definitely in there, is it's not too different from the series, but it looked really interesting. You can call in, you know, on your armband a jet, like kind of like an air support utility that it almost looked like you could change the weapons of the jet. I'm not quite sure, but he would come in a few times and just hose down on a group of enemies that you pinpointed.
So OP.
It was.
Can't wait to see more though, Rob.
Yeah,
that game looks so mint. I am unashamedly excited for this game. But that's basically what we saw for Call of Duty Infinite Warfare. For more on that, make sure to check out GameSpot.com.